What is your ideal talking stage period?
For me, I feel give or take 3 months. Within 3 months, you should know what you're going for.
Me, I would even bet to differ and say by the end of the month, what are we talking about? Like, what we have talked about for 1 month, have been not plenty. Like, by the second month, we should be already doing. The talk should be enough. It's true now. Can you date a younger dude?
Well, I see nothing wrong in that. Kuga is
He's a 10, but all his friends are girls. What is the most embarrassing thing you have ever done to get your crush's attention? Juicy. The most stupid thing I have ever done for love to get a crush. In my defense, I was a child when I did this. So there was this guy. Hello guys and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you are seeing my beautiful face, my name is Cheta and I create a lot of content in Abuja, Nigeria. You are definitely in the right place. Welcome on board. To my returning subscribers, guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the growth. Thank you for all the amazing things you do to help me grow on this platform. I really appreciate you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below. Like this video because I assure you guys you will definitely enjoy this video. Share it with your friends, because they need to hear all these truths will be spilling out in today's video. And also connect with me on my socials. They are up on the screen somewhere. And please turn on your post notifications so that you get notified straight up whenever I post a new video. And yeah guys, without rambling, let's get into today's video. Okay, so guys, as you guys can see, we have a special guest today. And if you are an OG on my channel, you definitely know who this is. This is my sister. And yeah, please introduce yourself to my fam.
Okay, I'm Ifunanya, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so her name is Ifunanya. For those who do not know and they're just meeting her for the first time, she is my sister. And you guys, you need to know her because you've been on this channel. But anyways, today, guys, as you guys can see from the title, we'll be discussing all things relationships. All things relationships. Now, I have a lot of questions because the thing is, we're sisters, but we have different opinions with regards to different things.
Exactly.
So I want to see and hear her own opinion, and I also share my own opinion, basically. So what this video is going to be about is I'm just going to be asking you questions. It might not be direct questions. It can just be random questions. Just tell me your own view, your own take, what you think about these questions, basically. So yeah, and when you share your own thoughts, I'll share my own thoughts, and we'll see whether sisters have the same mindset with regards to everything.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so guys, number one question. See, I'm with my phone and I have a list of questions and I'll be reading them out. So my number one question here says, what's your ideal man? What's your ideal man? Tell us, what is your ideal man?
Okay, for me, my ideal man, firstly, will be God-fearing. He has to be God-fearing. I don't think I want to compromise my belief for a relationship. So he has to be God-fearing. Secondly, he has to be sensitive to my feelings, sensitive to me, because there are a lot of guys that are actually very insensitive. Sometimes unconsciously, but an ideal man for me is someone that's very sensitive. Someone that is caring. Of course, I want to relax and be taken care of. So someone that's caring, someone that is focused and goal-oriented too, because I would love to be pushed to by my man to do great things and all. So someone goal-oriented, ambitious. So I love ambitious guys. But I love people that are ambitious but can be able to manage it, balance it with the relationship. Because the truth is that a regular ambitious guy would have a problem balancing relationship and work, because it's just that thing he wants to get and all. Like, men are always one-sided, one-oriented. They cannot multitask and all. So I would like a guy that is ambitious, but is also family-oriented. A guy that's a feminist. I put it that way because a lot of guys that don't feel
A guy that is a feminist.
Yes.
What does that mean?
There are guys that are actually feminists. There are guys that support equality.
Feminism.
Yeah, feminism. Yeah.
I don't know. Will you say you are a feminist? I don't think you are a feminist.
No, I won't. Well, for me, I know when it comes to feminism, right?
Not equal rights, but like strike a balance.
Yeah.
I mean,
for me, when it comes to feminism, when it's outside the marriage, I feel everybody, both male, both females, should have equal rights.
True, equal rights, fine.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know the thing is feminism. People think feminism. A lot of people misinterpret what feminism is.
I get that.
And this video is not about feminism,
Yeah,
but I think me, I won't really say I'm a feminist. Of course, I love equal. Like you look at people from equal angles, but then again, a man and a woman can never be equal in all sense of equality.
No, well,
so just.
For feminism, it's not about a man and a woman being equal. It's about giving equal opportunities. That's what I see it as.
Perfect. So it makes sense.
Yes.
Giving equal
when they are giving equal opportunities. Marriage, yes, there's usually the man is the head of the home, biblically or not. So we cannot really put a clear-cut feminism in marriage. But outside marriage, I believe every man and the woman in the workplace, wherever you find yourself, should be given equal opportunities to do things. That's what I see that. So
that makes sense to an extent. So for me, personally, I think you've said it all, honestly. But then I'll just say someone that we have equal values, like our values are the same. If I am a Christian, I believe I should be with a Christian, and vice versa for whatever religion you are. If I'm God-fearing, I believe that you should be God-fearing as well, because that is my value. That's important to me, because if I'm God-fearing and you are not, it's going to create a problem someday. If I believe in a certain kind of thing and goal, I expect that you should be aligned towards my goal. So someone that is just, we have the same values and we are orienting our goals together to get to a point, basically, if I'm making sense. So I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Every other thing, thought, that cancel, all those, if they come, of course, but it's not like, of course I like handsome men, please don't get it wrong. But I mean, like, it's not like topmost thing for me. I'm more concerned with God, values, and just the way you think as a human, basically. So just so that we don't sleep too long on this question, let's move to the second question. So what's your love language? Do you know the 5 love languages?
Yeah, I do.
You know
them.
Yeah. So what's your love language?
Well, for me, what tops the chart is quality time. I don't think I can. I actually find out that I thrive better when I have my attention, when I have a lot of quality time.
So to recap, for those who do not know, the 5 love languages are quality time, gift giving, words of affirmation, physical touch, and acts of service. I think myself, I would say I love acts of service most. It's not like every other word, of course, I love it too. Please bring it to the table. But I love acts of service in the sense of I don't want to have to ask you for you to do it. I expect that you should use your brain to figure things out. Like because I'm not one to, I don't know how to ask for things. So I'd love it if I don't have to always open my mouth and say, give me this, do this for me, do that for me. And you just know that this is what this girl likes, and you just take initiative and do it. So acts of service will be the topmost for me. Okay, so the third question here says, do you believe in love at first sight?
Well, I can't really say that I actually do believe in it, but I think what I would say is attraction that actually occurs at first sight. That's why I would say it is, because I feel love grows. It doesn't just happen in one day. That's for me. Yes.
Very true.
So I feel when you see someone first and there's this attraction you have for the person, then based off of the actions the person now portrays, it can now build up to be love or hate or just acquaintances and all.
So perfect. What she says, I don't believe in love at first sight. I don't know. To me, I feel like I'm not just saying this because, like, I feel like, you know how people say, I saw this guy and I knew he was my husband. I don't know. To some people, well, to me, I feel like it's just you doing too much. I know some people claim that it is the true.
Some people we work for.
But me, I feel like love at first sight is just like you see someone, you get attracted, and you decide to build on it. So it depends on what you choose to do. If you like, we see so many people that we are attracted to every single day. But then what do we do? Yeah. What do we do out of it? Do we build on it, or do we just let it slide and move forward our lives? So I feel like if even that man you claim immediately I saw him, it was my husband. I'm sure if you did not build something, if you did not make a move, if you did not do something, nothing will happen. It's not like a divine intervention. So that's my take on that. Next question says, what is the most embarrassing thing you have ever done to get your crush's attention? Juicy.
Okay, well, I cannot really. Well, okay, I think there's been one I've actually done.
Okay, maybe tell my subscribers.
I think that was at a party.
Mm-hmm.
But I will have to be sure that we are both in sync. So when I actually noticed on the sync, and most times I know there are some guys that are actually shy guys and would not want to really just come up to me. So I just keep going around
the person.
Yeah, and when we now had an opportunity, I actually went to pop up. I just start up a conversation. Yeah, with the person.
Okay.
So I think that was what I did. But I was like, what if this person just acted as if he did not know me? How would I have felt?
Oh, okay. So mine, the most stupid thing I have ever done for love to get a crush. In my defense, I was a child when I did this. So there was this guy in my secondary school, junior secondary school. I like this guy so much. I'm not going to call his name. I like this guy so much. And then I felt like, how would I get this guy's attention? And then I started like looking for his trouble, acting like I hated him, like in class, secondary school, like we're always quarreling, we're always arguing about stuff. You get? And that was my way of trying to be like, brah. Like, but the guy saw it as if like I never liked him because I was always speaking on him. Do you get?
Aww.
So that was a very stupid move. If you make that move, you're very, very... Anyways, I was a child anyways. But anyways, what I do is, if I like a guy and I'm crushing on a guy, what I do is, see, I will give you plenty green lights.
Open it.
Take it or leave it. Is up to you. What you choose to do with the green light is your problem. I'll give you green light. Like, I'll make you know that maybe like if you post a picture, and I can be like, oh, cute, and with heart emoji, that kind of thing. Or if I see you, I'll hug you and I'll smile at you and I'll do like stuff. But I'm not going to go and... Oh well. But yeah, that's it, sir. That's it. So next question. I hope you guys are enjoying this question. Are you enjoying the question?
Yeah, I think I am. It's quite interesting.
So can you date your very close friend, like when I don't see finish, like your guys, like the way we say you and some guys be now, like me now that I work with a lot of guys, the way we go laugh, gist, play, talk rubbish, like guy relationship. Can you date somebody like that?
Why not? If we actually, like we say, if we actually have values, but the truth is, the danger in such kind of things is that if things happen to go south, if you're not mature enough, you would turn from friends to
worst enemies.
In short, you get so that's why some people don't like dating their very good friends, maybe that are opposite sex, because if it happens to go south, because truth is that some of them are just very good when you see them from afar. When you get close, some of those little deficiencies begin to show up and you'll be like, oh, I cannot handle this.
True.
And if you cannot handle it, it will change.
Things will change.
Things will really turn south. You even notice that person that you were so close to, all of a sudden, the distance will now be... It happened to me, and I know.
Do you know when I was asking you this question, I wanted to be like, she has done it before. There's no need to ask her. But me, I don't know. I have personally not done it. Because I feel like if I don't see you finish... You get, it's really hard, except there's an attraction. And aside there being an attraction, like there's an attraction and you act on it, and maybe that like there's a moment where it sinks into me that this is it too. But like if you're a guy, like there's some people I cannot even imagine dating in this life. It's just like with my friends, my colleagues at work now. There's some people that I'm like, this one we don't see me finish. Wait, I don't see and finish. Waiting concern, like they're just like we're just meant to be guys forever. But never say never if there's an attraction. Oh well. I mean,
the truth is, you actually from your friends actually get married. They said you should pick your husband or pick your wife from your friends. So it's actually not out of place to actually do that.
Yeah.
But you have to be matured enough to be able to navigate.
Very true. Okay, so the next question here says, what is your ideal talking stage period? Like, what is the ideal period when I see the young, the gist, and I never agree with him when I want to do?
Well, for me, this is for me recently, not when I was a bit younger. Say as I got a little more matured, I feel in 3 months you should know what you're going for and know where it's headed to.
Because me, I used to think.
And I think you should avoid assumptions. Don't assume in your head. If you need to ask.
True. All those assumption things when you were much younger, that you just assume that people are dating. Now they don't. Nobody they do them now.
The people that still do that
in this my old age. No. So yeah, like she said, me I would want bet to differ and say by the end of the month, what are we talking about? Like what we have talked about for 1 month have been not plenty. Like by the second month we should be already doing. The talk should be enough. It's true now.
Well,
but 3 months is still feasible. So that it doesn't look like as if you're the one. But a guy that knows what he wants, 1 month is enough. What are you talking about? Unless it's a case of that guy wants, the girl doesn't want, then you are now trying to buy time and buy energy. But if it's a case of everybody's interested, 1 month when I don't talk and finish start out, they do the thing. So yeah, that's what I think. So the next question here says, do you agree to date more than one guy? Like have, you know this thing where they say dating is when you're talking to people. So do you subscribe to talking to more than, like being in the talking stage with more than one guy at the same time?
Why not? So long as there is no ring on this finger, yeah, I'm free. I believe I'm free. So long as you have not yet defined it and you've not defined that relationship. Because if you say, when you define a relationship, then you should know that there are boundaries and there are do's and don'ts. But so long as you're not defining a relationship, please go out, enjoy yourself, talk with people, meet people.
That's why you see 1 month is enough. What are people still talking? If you are talking 3 months.
And the person is not yet certain in 1 month. You can still be talking to other people. Maybe there'll be someone that'll be ready in 1 month. Well, this life is short. Don't stress yourself.
True. So me too, I subscribe to that school of thought. There's no point talking to one guy when you guys have not yet established what it is, unless you have really, really established what it is. Then if you're now talking to another guy, you are cheating. But if you are still just talking and getting to know each other and know, what's your best food? Where do you like to sleep? What time? All those things. You are still chilling and having fun. Every talking stage does not have to end in a relationship. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And like one of my pastors, Pastor Kingsley, will say, it's not every person that's your friend that you must date.
True. So yeah, that's very true. So the next question here I'm going to ask you is, what's your thoughts on a girl asking a guy out?
Well, for me, it's a no-no. I don't think it's nice to ask a guy out as a lady. The man is the one expected to do the finding. Not the lady. So I'm not of the school of thought that please shoot your shot. No, I'm not of that school of thought. However, like I said, you can give, like my sister, like you mentioned earlier, you can give all the green lights you can give the person. Show the person that you like the person. Give the person, keep an open space. Give the person a good environment to come around. But then again, I don't think you should go ahead and do that.
Okay, so me, I would say, if you are mature enough, there are people that have handled it too. For me personally, I stand with you. I know I cannot do it. I cannot ask a guy out because I know myself. Nevertheless, if you are mature enough to deal with it and the guy is also mature enough. So if you are mature enough and the guy is not mature enough, there's a problem. Both of you are at a mature headspace where you guys feel like you can deal with it. Go ahead as a girl. I know a lot of ladies are saying, there's nothing there. Nevertheless, one very important information I want to say is, understand what you are signing up for. Especially in a case where that guy is very immature or you yourself, you are not mature. Because it will still keep coming back to bite you both. Like it will be a conversation if the guy is not mature. And it's what, after all, you're the one that asked me, like just understand what you're signing up for. Nevertheless, if you both are mature enough and you feel like you can deal with it, because I know some girls that has worked out for, they married the guy self that they asked out. Proceed, my dear. But myself personally, I don't think I can do it. So I don't think. But if it's green light, I'll give you all the green lights you want for you to do the needful. So yeah, like I stand with her on this point. Okay. So the next question here says, what's your take on dating a popular person? Like, can you date a popular person, like a celebrity?
Okay, well, I've not put my head into thinking about such things. But I would say, if the person knows how to, depending on what you want, there are ladies that like being in the limelight. But for me, I think I am in between. I don't want to be all out there. And it's not like I want to be in
as well.
As well. So I don't think I would have an issue dating a popular person if the person can be able to balance his life private life from public life, and has good discipline.
Okay.
Because that's very important. A lot of them don't. Fame comes with a lot of indiscipline.
Yeah, sure. So, like she said, me, I know that naturally I'm in the limelight in everything I do. So, I would prefer that my partner is not a person also in the limelight, and all of us will not be inside the limelight. So, I would prefer it if the guy was not popular. Nevertheless, if he is, and I will not say I'm popular, but at least I know I tend to attract popularity based off of what I do, media and all of that. Basically, I know a lot of people that know me that I don't even know them. Do you get?
Yeah.
So, what I would say is if the guy is mature enough and we come to an agreement as to how we strike the balance with regards to what we share out there, what we put out there, how we tend to manage a relationship. Yeah, I can do it, but I would rather not. I think it's already okay for me being in the spotlight than two of us now in the spotlight. Why? So yeah, that's what I think. But it's not like I cannot make it work. If it happens and it's God's destined plan for my life, I sure will be able to manage it, I believe. So yeah, that's that. Next question here. I'm just being extra, guys. Next question here says, can you date a guy that you are more financially stable than?
That's a tricky question.
Very tricky. Extremely tricky.
A guy I am more
financially stable than.
Okay, it's dating now we're talking about.
Are you dating for to? I don't get it. You are dating to marry.
Well, it boils down to understanding. The thing is, if I'm more financially stable than him at this point, and the guy is like he's still striving, right? Then come on. But not the one that is okay with me being financially stable and him being less. I would like the guy to strive to be better. That's me.
Okay, so for me, like she said, if I make more than maybe my partner, and I see that he has the agility, like he's a hard worker, a smart worker, like he's working aggressively to change that. I think not change that per se, but just to help better himself. Because change that is like to better himself. I think I can sign up for that. Nevertheless, I cannot sign up for house husband, a man that's just waiting for you to be winning the bread, wants to just sit around. I know so many men that are like that. I know so many of my mother's friends that their husbands are just sitting at home doing nothing. Do you get? That's not what I'm signing up for. And I'm not signing up for a man that will just sit around and be expecting me to pay bills, pay house rent. No. Pay children's school fees. No. Nevertheless, if you are striving hard, you're a hard worker, and it just seems to be like maybe I'm making more because maybe I have other things I put my hands into that gives me more income, then I can do it.
And another thing I would say is, if he's a hard worker, like she just mentioned, you guys can work synergistically to build a business, actually. It could be a business, not maybe whatsoever you're doing differently, but build a family business that can stand the test of time. That's if it's hard work. But if it's laid back, then it means that you have to carry the whole thing on your head.
So
please just not sit at
Nobody
all.
wants to suffer. No lady wants to be the breadwinner of a home. Nevertheless, a lot of ladies have been put in that situation. So I think if you are a guy and you are not making as much, the question should be, what are you doing to be better?
Exactly.
That's the question. Then from there, we'll know. So yeah, that's that. Next question says, can you date your work colleague or your boss? Juicy. Hey, we're not talking about your present work environment too. We're talking about like a work environment completely.
Well, see, the truth is that you don't know where you can find love. That's the truth, right? But work environment, I can if we are not in the same units. Because the truth is, it will call for distraction, whether you like it or not. So if you guys are maybe in the same company but not in the same unit, I think that works better for me. If my boss, I've not thought of it too, whether I want to ever date my boss. I don't think, because a lot of you said you would never know when you start seeing the person finish.
I tell you, you finish. No, if it's not like me, I know personally, I have encountered a love interest in an office multiple times in my multiple places of work. Like one guy just like, and he will like me and all that basically. And one thing I'll say is, see, if you are not mature enough, it's going to bring work frictions. You will not know where you will draw the line. You will bring personal issues into work and can become very chaotic. Like it can become very, very chaotic. Nevertheless, the truth is that you spend most of your time at work. At least me, I can say that for myself. I spend like 3/4 of my life right now at work with my colleagues. You get? So I can understand if you start building love or if you start catching feelings for someone. Nevertheless, it's very important that you know what you are signing up for. Funny enough, even a boss of mine, I've had a boss of mine that I have had like an attraction with. Not necessarily an attraction, but like there was something there. But the question was that we decided not to build on it. And that was how it all died down. But me, I'm open to dating a work colleague, a boss. Shoot at it. I'm willing to. Nevertheless, so like I told you guys, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard, but if you love that person, love will always find a way. Oh, shit. So the next question here, very juicy next question. Are you ready? Next question here says, can you date a younger dude?
Well, I see nothing wrong in that. Well, age is but the number. No, I'm not saying that to say, okay, it's actually better if the guy is quite older. That's the truth.
It's fun.
But the truth is that these days, there are still younger ones that are matured. See, it has to do with maturity. It's not about age. There are some people that are older, but they're not mature.
I've met one older, don't
maybe when you meet someone that is younger and you see this person is mature. You compare. I'm not saying it's right to compare.
Yeah.
But looking at the person and someone that is mature, you'll be like, this person acts a lot better than all this matured. These ones are claimed to be so matured. So if you feel that this person is matured enough to handle it, that's the thing. The important thing is maturity here, not just the age, but maturity.
So me too, I'll say the same thing. Are you guys both mature enough to handle it? I personally would not love to date a guy that I'm younger than, because naturally I'm very authoritative. So I don't even want a case whereby I'm being authoritative like normal me and you're thinking that, it's because I'm older than you. You get? Nevertheless, if you guys are both mature enough, I've met an older guy that was very, very foolish. And I've met a younger guy that I can actually date. So it's just understanding. Nevertheless, God, please, I don't want a younger guy. I don't want to be a cougar. I'd rather my age mate or someone older than me.
Exactly. For me, recently, when I started sampling, right, I noticed that it's even better to work with people that are close your age.
Exactly. There's one that thought he was my father.
But if you feel once they begin to jump like 8 years difference or 9 years difference, it want to father you.
It works for our parents. It doesn't know the work for us.
I don't know.
But me, I know that I have solidly met one guy like that I had an attraction for.
And what I like to know, the generational gap actually tells. Maybe you are a Gen Z for the Gen Zs, or you're a millennial, and the other one is what's the one after millennial? Gen X.
Gen X. I had to.
So the truth is that you see those people that are those ones that were born in the 19. Let me before somebody begin to guess my age. Those ones that are born maybe are far like 10 years above you or 8 to 7 years. Some of them have one kind of thinking that is actually out
very
of
short-sighted.
And they still carry that parents type of thing. Mindset. It's not like those school authors are entirely wrong. But the truth is that some of them needs to be fine-tuned to be better.
Yeah.
So, but if you have someone that is of like mind, it will be easy for you guys to actually move along well.
So yeah, guys, that's that. I'd rather not. Yeah. So the next question here says, can you kiss on the first date?
My spiritual sister, please. I don't do.
Usually me.
No. For me, I don't think I can kiss on the first date.
I don't kiss on the first date. I would not, but I have before. I will not lie.
I would not.
I would not, but I have. No, it's because this person, we had already built a lot of things. Like, it was the first proper date, but we had already been hanging out and gisting and doing, like, it was the first proper, let's go out, like, we called it the first date, in quotes. But we had already talked about everything, and that day it just happened. And
okay.
Yeah, even though it happened, and I like stopped.
And then, but to me, that's not the first. The truth is, what we see as dating doesn't have to do it until you guys go to a place and sit down and talk. Sometimes that conversations you have over phone, those times you do, actually.
No, this one is not over phone. No, over phone, if I cannot see you and meet you and kiss you, like we had already hung out.
But what I'm making you understand is, it's not until you go and maybe you're all dressed up,
that's the date
girly and this, and now call it a date. No, the truth is,
no, not girly, but you guys have a plan. Like, let's go out. Let's have like a structured date.
Date just has to do with you spending quality time with this person. That's what I feel.
Anyway,
so
to me,
when you're still on the level of talking stages and you see that you talk with this person, you hang out with this person, or something, you can actually you're already dating this person, like getting to know this person. That's what it is. So okay, saying first date. I don't know.
Me, I know I've kissed on a proper first date before, but normally I would rather prefer it to be after several proper dates and all of that, basically. So the next question here says, can you allow your man have a close female friend?
Well, I feel if you don't, it looks like insecurity, right? But it still boils down to understanding. I, for one, have friends as guys. So why will I now want to stop him from having female friends? But if it's something that, so long as it's something that he can understand boundaries, which is what is very important. If the boundaries are not understood, then definitely there'll be a problem. But the truth is that when you're beginning to date, when you're getting married to someone, your husband, your wife is supposed to be your best friend. See this quote of besties. I was talking to someone the other day. All those things that are called besties, I don't support it because it's just like friends with benefits. That's what it is, and I don't subscribe to friends with benefits.
So the same thing. I would prefer my man not having a female best friend. Like, what are you doing? Let me be your best friend. What are you looking for with another female? Honestly, you can have female casual friends, female acquaintances, but like female best friend that you guys are like, no, I don't want that. Yeah. So the next question here says, can you pay for a date with a guy?
Well, I'm traditional, please. Well, if he has actually laid a precedent, like we have gone on 1 or 2 dates and he has actually paid, then I can do that. But I wouldn't want to go on a first date with a guy.
No.
I want to start going Dutch.
What? Treat me like a queen that I am.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like she said, treat me like a queen that I am. If it's the first date, pay for it. After all, you asked to be here. Nevertheless, subsequently, I see it as no problem paying for dates. I've paid for multiple dates with so many guys. Like, it's not a big deal for me. But let it not be our first date. You're expecting me to pay, or you're saying, let's go Dutch. Then, I will run for my life. I've had one incident of one guy that took me out on a date. The next thing after the end of the date was like, hey, so when the next one is you that will take us out. And I'm like, do you even need to tell me that? Like, that's so weird. But yeah, Sha. Don't tell a lady to pay on a first date. At least allow her take initiative. Even though I know there are some ladies that don't take initiative.
Of course.
But allow her take initiative. Okay, so the next question here says, am I being extra? The next question here says, what's your take on friends with benefits?
I just said it now. It's a capital N for me. N-O. What is the benefit people are looking for? What is the benefit?
My own is, if you want to do friends with benefits, first of all, know what you are signing up for. Because a lot of times, a lot of ladies will form, they are doing friends with benefits. Meanwhile, their heart and their soul is inside the friend with benefits. They will not be there killing themselves.
It's just like friend zone.
Exactly.
They're being friend zone.
Don't go and be doing friend with benefits. You are there feeling love. The person that you are doing the benefits with is benefiting. Like, make sure that you are benefiting something that is not robbing you. Like, you get, like, let it really account for what.
Well, the best thing is just know. I think just define anything you go into.
Exactly. Like, my own is, if you're doing friend with benefits, ensure that you are benefiting something. And you are not there catching feelings for someone that is benefiting you. That's my own share. But me personally, I'll pass. I'll take a rain check. In fact, I'll run away. So it says, what do you consider as a relationship red flag?
Red flag.
Aside cheating. Of course, cheating is a red flag.
Well, cheating is even far from it.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, it is the flag itself.
It's a red cloth. It's not a flag anymore.
It's a fast flag.
Well, for me, it has to do with how he treats people around him, or how he treats a lady. I don't like men that have the truth that every man is egoistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like men that wear it as a honor,
sugar pad,
pride. Mm-hmm. So if I just smell it from a distance, I don't even need to stay for that, because it begins to reek. I get very infuriated when I see a guy that is always want to control the woman to the last, and like she does not have a say, she does not have a decision.
Sure.
I've been in a place where I've been moved around like that before, so I would not even want. So for me, it's a red flag, a big red flag, when a guy carries pride.
Yeah, pride. And just to top up what she said, respect. If you don't respect me, I don't see, like, what am I doing with you? And respect comes in so many ways. Respect is not just like respecting the way you talk to me, respecting the way you treat me, like you respecting me so much that you would not be texting other girls and doing other things around my back. Like, respect is a very, very large term that we don't really understand what it encapsulates. Like, respect in all terms of respect. If you respect a lady, you won't cheat on her. If you respect a lady, you won't do some certain things to her. So just respect me, accord me the respect that I'm due to as someone that you really, really care about. So respect is number one on my list, because disrespect is one of the things that throws me off. When you disrespect me, just respect someone and everything that has to do with them. It's very important, especially in a relationship. If you don't respect
if I want to add another one, I don't know if she's going to part of it for me, but for me, a man that is not a giver, I'm sorry, I don't think it can work, because the Bible says that for God so loved the world that he gave. So giving now is not in the aspect of throwing flamboyant things or stealing everything. It's in the little things, just in the little things. It shows the level of care that you actually have for the person by giving, no matter how little it is, sharing and all. I feel a man that's a giver, very key.
So yeah, I second that too. Giver. Nevertheless, I still say this, and I always have this argument with my sister. I like it when ladies say give, when ladies give and like expect a man to give them, and they are willing to give back. Because a lot of ladies just want to taking from men, and they don't want to give. So if you're looking for a man that is going to give you to give. If you go to your man's house, you see his bedsheet is torn, buy a bedsheet and put in his house.
Oh shit!
Like what I'm saying is that it's the little things as well. The way you're looking for the little things. You see a man is wearing certain boxers, is your so-called boyfriend, yeah? And you are seeing him walking up and down with boxers that have done. Just go to the market and buy 2,000 naira boxers and say take and change.
It's the precedent. See, most times to me, I feel the man has to lead.
No, the thing is, some ladies, they're just looking to collect. So that's why I'm particular, because I know a lot of guys who say, when they hear ladies and give, they're like, this one's their looking. So me, I know why I'm saying what I'm saying. As a lady, to be ready to give a man. Course. Have you ever been cheated on?
No.
Yes. If you want full detail as per the cheating, I'll link a video up above so you go and watch it. It will give you all the info about the cheating. The next question here says, what's your biggest relationship regrets?
Regret. Okay. Well, for me, my biggest relationship regret was being in a very long-term relationship. Long-term, I mean time. I was in a very long-term, say 8-year relationship, of which I still regret till tomorrow, because I believe now I know better, and I believe I'll tell people better. In 2 years, if this person doesn't know what he's doing, man, wall out. There's no point staying there.
So me personally, I would say I do not necessarily have a regret, because I feel like everything that happens in life happens for a reason. Nevertheless, my major regret I will highlight is forgiving a cheating partner and thinking he would change. If you go and watch this video I just linked up now, you would see what I'm talking about. Like, once a guy cheats, I'm sorry, but I don't know if they can ever come back from that habit. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Me, I've experienced it firsthand.
I don't think
cheating is a major deal breaker. Like, once a guy cheats on me, I'm out, and I swear I'm not coming back. I'm sorry I had to swear, but I don't think I'm coming back. That is it for me. Like, that is it. Okay, so To wrap it up, I'll have us play a very quick game, like very sharp game. We've already wasted time. Just a quick game. It's just so the game is like this. Yeah, I'll say he's a 10, but maybe something. Then you now say whether he's still a 10 or he's a 5 or he's a 2 or he's a 0 or he's a. Do you get? Okay, so the first one, he's a 10, but he's clingy.
He's an 8. 8.
Okay, he's a 10, but he cannot cook.
He's 5.
He's a 10, but his passion is terrible.
Wow. It can be worked on. 7.
He's a 10, but he snores so loudly.
Snores. I'm good with that. He's an 8.
He's a 10, but he chews loudly.
Well, all those can be worked on. He can be let's say 5.
He's a 10, but he talks too much.
3.
He's a 10, but he cries when his feelings are hurt.
Oh, he's such a big baby.
I beg, I don't want to cry baby. Me, I'm already a cry baby. I can cry for the both of us. Please, save your cry.
He's cute. He's a 5, please.
Okay. He's a 10, but he cannot drive a car.
That can be learnt now. That one can be learnt. He's a 9 himself.
He's a 10, but all his friends are girls.
Let me give him average. It's 5.
My dear is 0. He's a 10, but he's afraid of spiders and mice.
Ooh. He's 3. What's wrong with him?
Next, he's a 10, but has no job or source of income. He's a 0. He's a 0. I beg. Which one say you don't get source of income, you don't get money? I beg. He's a 10, but he has a really messy living space. Like he's dirty. His house he's very messy. His house basically is messy.
The 4.
He's a 10, but he has a bad accent.
I don't know if I can deal with that. He's a 2.
He's a 10, but he has bad acne.
Acne. Oh.
Like all these thick pimples on his face.
He's 3.
Okay, so there, that's it. Thank you so much for being here, Ifunanya. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. I am sure you had a good laugh. I personally did have a good laugh. Yeah. And yeah, thank you for sticking to the end. If you want me and my sister to shoot any other video, any kind of video you want, please drop in the comment section below. We are here for you guys, okay? Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel.
Yes, subscribe.
Share it with your friends. Turn on your post notification bell. Follow me on my socials. I'll also add her socials on the screen. Follow her on social media as well. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you in our next video. In my next video. Bye. Bye.